So exceedingly, there have been a lot of CPLP copycats that have cropped up. And I started this a month and a half ago where I introduced a brand new program in West Africa. This hits both. It's not just ECOAS, it's also CPLP. No one, literally no one knew about CPLP back then. And now you have content creators jumping on to the bandwagon and they're talking about CPLP. The problem is not the copycats. It's always good to copy educational stuff as long as you're copying from a credible source. Yes, you can copy, yes, you can replicate. Put your own spin on it. Don't be stupid. And a lot of content creators are smart, so they will copy, which is a good thing. But what's particularly important is to be aware of some of the miscommunication. A lot of them won't fully understand. They'll hear a buzzword and they'll draw connections with another program, and that's where you got to be careful. And the point that I'm trying to make in this video is the fast track Portugal naturalization. Now, everyone, most of you guys watching would want or would prefer a EU nationality. An EU passport is worth its weight in gold. Every single individual who does not have it wants to obtain. And the easiest pass that a lot of people think there is Portugal, which is not true. There's an alternate path to EU citizenship, but again, that's not the point of this video. Here I'm going to talk about the fast track in Portugal. Now, some content creators, absolutely foolish, and a lot of my viewers know who I'm talking about, pitch about a 3-year pathway to Portugal. That's AI crap. A lot of crappy people offload a lot of crap on AI. AI aggregates a lot of crap and spits a lot of crap. And then if you are in this business and if you're going to use AI frequently, you got to fact check what you're reading. So 3 years is absolute bullshit. Now, before we get or deep dive into the fast track for Portugal and how the CPLP could potentially unlock this, let me first talk about the 3 options that have cropped up. And these are the West African nations. The first option is Sierra Leone. It's an ECOWAS nation, so this does not have the CPLP component. What does that mean? That means you cannot use this passport to fast track your Portugal or your Brazilian nationality. You would not qualify for the Brazilian citizenship in just 1 year because this is not a CPLP country. What's the price of Sierra Leone? It's 140k plus fees. Do I think this is worth 140k? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would not even purchase this passport for 50k. Forget 140k. And this is not investment advice. This is purely my own thoughts or analysis about the importance of this passport. What does this get you? ECOWAS, yes, a lot of people don't care about ECOWAS. Some do, it's a good benefit, but it's not really something that I would personally look at spending 140k plus on at all. The second option, the second entrant was the CPLP and the ECOWAS country that I have started talking about. And yes, we completely support this. This is the fastest citizenship on planet Earth because this is through exception, 100% biometric process, 100% verification from the authorities. You get letters and certifications from relevant authorities. So you have 100% security. Not every provider is able to provide this because, again, exceptions are rare and you need to have proper legal mechanism, proper legal framework and channels to execute this. And this one carries both benefits, right? You have ECOWAS, so you have everything that a Sierra Leone would get you, most of the things, and you have the CPLP advantage. Now, this has a natural twist because this is not a CBI. The moment you talk about a CBI, a pure pay for passport program, countries crack down. They don't honor all those features because you just purchased the passport. What are you talking about? You want to naturalize faster in Portugal by doing this hack, which everyone knows about? And I'll come to that in a second here. But this one does not have that problem. This is a natural CPLP citizenship, a citizenship by merit, a citizenship by exception. So once you enroll in this program, this is not a pay for passport scheme that is open to all. Yes, you're playing a significant role in the development of the nation. exception, which is slightly different than starting a mass CBI program where it's open to purchase for all nationalities and all that kind of stuff, right? The exception happens much faster than any other route. CBI has to go through a certain country. There'll be a lot of a process, a defined process in certain cases by certain agencies. Those intelligence agencies would like to grab all your information. So it's not about just about the due diligence that the country does. It's also these agency people that are designing some of these CBI programs. And some get blacklisted, they sell or they don't sell. I'm not going to get into that murky stuff over there, but with CBI you have a lot of allegations of fraud, a lot of wrongdoings, and who is compromised? You or the investor is typically compromised in a lot of cases. I'm not saying all programs are crappy. The only two CBI programs I feel are still credible to a large extent, and there could be more, but the ones that I feel are credible are Vanuatu and Nauru, which are obviously not West African nations. Now, the second one, again, it is a CPLP and an ECOAS country. So there are only a couple of options. A lot of people watching by now exactly know which country I'm talking about. I've spoken to a lot of you guys. We have discussed this program and a lot have already started and gotten their benefit. So yes, there's been significant volume. Now let's move on to the third one, which is the latest one, which just got launched, which is the STP, Sao Tome and Principe. Now this is again a CBI, 90K, and if you're adding family members, 95K plus is the fees that you're looking at paying. And out of this money, 20,000 actually goes to the agent. I think this is a lot of fluff. I don't like programs like this, which are heavy loaded, but a lot of commissions for the agents, and the actual worth of the program claims to be 70K. Let's call it 90 because 95, that's the cost of the program. I don't think this is worth 95K at all, because yes, it is a CPLP nationality. It's not an ECOWAS nation, so you're definitely missing out a whole lot on the ECOWAS front. Literally next to no access on this passport. Nothing meaningful that I can see of, right? Not those countries that typical person would want to travel or strike a plan B. Well, you might travel to, let's say, South Africa. Maybe a lot of people won't, but let's make a case that you might go to South Africa visa-free. But other countries, a lot of those countries, at least my viewers, are never going to go and travel to. It's one of the weakest passports in the world. So you're not getting this for access. You don't have ECOWAS. What do you have then? You are only looking at getting this for CPLP. And here's where a lot of content creators are dancing up and down, talking about how the CPLP could fast track Portugal naturalization. Now let's come to Portugal. Okay, now why I think this might not work, and again, this is not immigration advice, this is my own assessment and analysis. The moment when you have a pay for passport scheme that's entered into those countries' databases, the first thing Portugal is going to look at, or Brazil is going to look at, is this passport purchased? Yes. Was it purchased to create a loophole to fast track your Portuguese citizenship? Do you actually come from a Portuguese speaking country? So those are the questions that immigration has to answer. Simply promoting this program saying that, hey, you're going to naturalize faster is not the right thing to do. An immigration professional or immigration person at the office would need to verify this information. Now, we work with CPLP attorneys in both locations. We have a team, a CPLP team dedicated for Portugal. We continuously communicating this information with our CPLP attorney. So let's say you are interested in striking one of the programs, you also want to strike Portugal, you want to get benefits, you want to get the CPLP benefits. Again, as I said, you can always click the link, book a call, we can discuss and get you started on both as a package or standalone as a CBI program. Now, Portugal has an interesting change that's in the mix. It's just about to be live anytime, and the change proposed is that timeframes will change from 5 years to citizenship to 10 years to citizenship. If it changes to 10, then you're talking more like 15 or 16 years, because it's going to take 2 or 3 years to get your golden visa if you're going through that route. Then you're waiting for 10 years. So you're looking at around 12 to 13 years. And once you file for citizenship, sometimes it can take up to 2 years, 3 years in some cases. So you're looking at 15, 16 solid years to naturalize in Portugal. Now, if you are a CPLP citizen, their proposing 6 to 7 years. Let's say 7, then you're at least reducing the margin by 3 years. So if you're already on a golden visa, or if you're starting a golden visa, and yes, it's already bad, that's going to be more than 5, but at least not 10, reducing it to 7 at least reduces 3 years of that wait. So it could have some benefit. But simply purchasing a CBI passport as opposed to getting it through some natural means obviously brings it straight to the attention of immigration authorities. And I'm going to report on this matter live as that program goes live. Sao Tome and Principe, I'll be the one reporting with more analytics and intelligence regarding that program and its implications in Brazil or Portugal. So if you are subscribed to this channel, be rest assured you will be notified. And before you go, if you want to learn about a very valuable residency, a safe, beautiful, low tax jurisdiction, 100% remote application option, and you can renew this indefinitely year over year. If you want to learn about such an option, you can check this video. I've covered this residency in a lot of detail. 100% remote with us. I'm going to bring up an interview with my attorney discussing all the key aspects of this residency type. So stay tuned for the future video, and in the meanwhile, check this one out. This has all the information that you would need to make your decision before you talk to our attorney. All right, catch you in this one.